I mean, sometimes...
So his son is still in the business?
What?
His son is still in the business?
His son does, but I haven't got contact with him, and I don't think it's at the same place.
This is in East Cambridge. It's on Cambridge Street in Inman Square. This place that I told you about.
He's beyond Central.
Automatic Cone Company.
Not unless he...
It's the same name.
I know. Well, it might be his grandchildren.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My cousin
Sure.
I've never had a close relationship with him. Not even, my uncle was very high-hatted. My mother's brother. After he got the money, he didn't give a damn about anybody.
Wow.
That's the way it goes, huh?
Yep.
So...
So can I take a video picture of this?
Sure, if you want to.
I brought my video camera.
Go ahead. I don't care. You want a cup or a...
This is so cool.
You want a cup or a thing?
A cup or a what?
A big cup.
A big cup. No, I'll have a little cup. It's fine. What do you... It's up to you. If you're gonna have one, I'll have what you're having.
You want... No?
Oh, all right. A big cup is good. Sorry.
The big one?
Yeah.
Make up your mind.
Sorry. That Flora, she's such a wise one, isn't she?
Yeah.
I can't believe the name of this company. That's so funny.
Automatic.
Wow.
The Automatic Cone Company.
Isn't that cool? Boy, this video is going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm going to show it to you. It's amazing.
Cousin Sarah is there. My cousin Sarah's there. And there was a couple of people, you know, from the family.
Mm-hmm.
My stepfather was in that corner.
Mm-hmm.
This was his forelady right here. That's my uncle. This is my cousin Sarah. And I'd have to get the other glasses to point out the different people.
So icy pie was a
Ice
thing.
cream.
It said icy pie
Icy pie.
for 5 cents.
Yeah, the ice cream cones. He made ice cream cones.
But that must have been the name of the cone because it says icy pie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Icy pie cone. That's what it was. Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That really is. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. He got married, had a beautiful wife, and in no time she died from cancer. And he remarried. He already had 3 children with her, and that's the way. And then he went and married her younger sister. Went back to Italy and married his younger sister. Life is strange.
He married her younger sister?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, probably 2 years, 3.
Oh, wow.
Not
Yeah.
15, you know
Right.
what I mean. Probably
You
2
know, I always thought that cancer was something that just recently has become a big thing, but I guess people died about. It's like a regular thing.
Yeah.
It's sad.
He had a lot of money, had a nurse at home, day nurse, night nurse. Oh, if you have money, you can do anything.
I know.
Yep.
Someday I want to go to Sanibel Island.
Oh, you should.
You go there every year, huh?
Yep. It's nice and quiet.
So these pictures came out beautiful.
Yeah, they did.
They're gorgeous. Look at that. Wow.
Did you want more of this?
No, I'm going to have coffee now instead, but thank you. Well, should I finish it off? No, leave it. Leave it. Thank you, though.
Well, what's the matter? You think we haven't got any more? You go down the cellar, you find 6 or 7 bottles. And excuse me, wait a minute. And one at the top of the stairs, and another one at the bottom of the stairs. So you don't want it. You still don't want it.
I still don't.
Okay.
I've got coffee coming here. That's funny.
Yep.
What happened with...
They brought the fish to get into the water from wherever they keep it for the winter months.
Oh, all right. Amazing.
I was so stupid, I forgot what the hell kind of a fish it was.
It's a... I don't know.
You know, when I tell people that my uncle had 100 employees, they say, "Oh, yeah, you can say anything." So I come up with it.
There you go. Wonderful.
You wouldn't believe it,
That's
but there it
incredible.
is.
Well, he must have sold cones all over the.
He did. He
I mean,
did.
'cause that's a
and
lot
he
of
was very
people.
fortunate. His first child was a boy, so that afterward he
That
was.
could just pass it on.
He passed it on, and he was a salesman before the father died, and they really had loads of money.
Wow.
A gorgeous place in Italy.
Wow.
So, but what the hell is that? His wife still died from cancer.
I know. See?
All the money. he
Isn't that
had,
incredible?
when she took sick, he said, she'll never die. My mind will save her.
Wow.
He had so damn much money, but that's the way it
That's
goes,
sad.
huh?
I know.
You have to serve this.
This is a nice picture of you.
Wow.
I like
look
it.
at the old lady.
You know, you look pretty good.
What?
You look very good for your age.
Yep, almost 90.
God, love you. You know, count your blessings.
Can I pour the coffee?
Sure.
I don't know. I took the mugs, so did you want a
that's
smaller cup?
No, that's fine. You know, you still have your hair is still dark sometimes.
Yep, because
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that it's not white.
Well, what the hell you think of today's age? You don't have to have white
I
hair.
know, I guess. Is that what it is?
Yep.
All right. Well, I didn't know. It's so natural. I wouldn't
So
have.
you wanted to make sure.
I just-
didn't
well,
give
now
you
I
a
found it.
cup. I took one of these big ones.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
I
a perfect.
I didn't fill it up. You want me to?
No, that's fine.
Well, if you want to fill it up, the coffee is right here.
Who are these kids?
Oh.
Let me tape that. You're
Let
gonna.
me see. Wait a minute. Who in the hell is this? Oh, that's Lisa.
Okay, which one is Lisa?
That's
All right.
Lisa.
Okay.
This is John's daughter, Lorraine,
Mm-hmm.
and this is her sister.
Okay.
And this is my son. Wait a minute. My grandson. Can't think of his name. Isn't that all?
And that's another grandson?
And these two are brothers.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely look like.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
And
Wow.
these two are adopted.
Oh.
John adopted two girls, not at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Lisa. She's sister to these two brothers.
Ah, okay. They look almost alike. Isn't that funny?
Yes,
She's
yeah, yeah.
Isn't that funny how that
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
Huh. And this was your birthday? Mm-hmm. Nice rum cake. And this would be, must be your.
That is, wait a minute, see if we find her picture. That is the other granddaughter's baby.
Oh.
These two are sisters here. Oh, here it is. That's her baby,
Oh, okay.
Lisa's baby.
Got it.
She recently.
Is this the little boy that Dolores always gets
Yeah,
Red Sox
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
I think that's Shelley bought some. I think he gave him that shirt.
probably.
Yeah,
I don't-
because
I
Shelley
don't
went to the Red
remember.
Sox
Yeah,
opening.
He is Lorraine's son. Lorraine's son.
Okay. Wow.
These two they're just precious.
They look so
cute.
cute. Oh my. How exciting.
She is Joe's daughter.
Uh-huh.
And this one, who in the hell is she? Just now, I don't even remember.
Well, they're not sisters though,
No,
huh?
no, they're not. Cousins.
All
They're
right.
Cousins. I think she's belongs
Okay.
to this guy.
All right. Well, there's so many of them. It's hard to keep track. Lord in heaven, there's a bazillion kids. Look at them all.
Yeah.
Oh, another one.
This is Lorraine's little boy. She's got that only.
This must be the mother to this one, right?
No, she's a
They're
young.
not-
She's a young.
Oh,
girl.
it's a young girl. All
She's
right.
a very young girl.
Oh, all right. I
Who
couldn't
in the
tell.
hell was that? He's new to the family.
Oh, all right.
Whoever married had this child.
I see. Okay.
I'm so damn confused.
That's all right.
sometimes.
Hey. More pictures.
That's the girl that came down to Florida with us.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is her name? Dolores must have mentioned her. She came down to Florida.
Right, I remember.
And she came home, probably a week before we did.
Right.
Yeah.
These are beautiful. They came out beautiful.
Yeah, she took great.
Very nice pictures. Dolores is very good.
Yeah, she is.
She's a good
very
photographer.
at
Look
them.
how beautiful.
Yeah.
Huh. There you are.
There. There it is.
And this is
I
the.
don't know what the hell's that.
That's where they put the seal or whatever the thing was.
That's right.
Yeah, see, they're putting it in the water here, and
Yep.
that's it right there.
There it is, yeah. They took it out on that and then
It looks like a manapee or something.
they dumped it into the water.
I can't think of what
Dolores
it's.
takes, she doesn't take one picture, she takes 2 dozen.
Well, there she is.
Yep, yeah, the old lady.
That's a beautiful
Yeah, it
picture,
is,
isn't it?
yeah.
Gorgeous.
She takes,
Very
she
nice.
really does.
And
take-
there you, I like that shot of you.
Yeah, oh, yeah, wonderful. I'm gonna get,
Oh.
she doesn't believe it.
Well, you only go once a year, right?
That's it.
That's all. And you had a good time, right?
My husband believed in working hard and having
Vacations.
vacation.
And you never believed in them?
Well, you know, when you have parents that don't believe in a lot of things, you know what I mean?
Can I get some cream or
I don't.
milk? Cream? Something?
You take what you want. I'm
All
gonna
right.
have
Oh,
it.
here's some
I'm
light
gonna have
cream.
it black.
All right.
My husband was very, very broad-minded. Very broad-minded.
Well, he must have been interested in opposites attract. I've always said that. He was broad-minded, and you were brought up with a different mentality, don't you
He
think?
studied to be a lawyer. He was on the verge of getting his thing, and he says that I married a stupid Sicilian, and I never became a lawyer. I felt bad about that, because then we had twins. How in the hell could you?
You can't afford to go to school.
That's it, finish. He only had a short time of schooling.
Wow.
I felt, but he never resented it, never brought it up.
Wow.
He was a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Well, I never met him. And we worked at the same place. We talked about this before at the Copley in the bar.
Men's bar, yeah.
I worked there as a cashier
Did you?
in the kitchen.
Oh.
That's where they put the cashier, in the kitchen. Oh my God.
Did you want a knife for that?
Are we gonna, you want a piece?
Do you?
Yeah, Mina, you gonna have one?
Of course.
All
get up
right
and
then,
get a
I will
knife.
get a knife.
Yoo-hoo.
Man, you are the bossiest
Wait a
woman.
minute, they're hanging up.
Right here?
I think you have a better selection
I
there.
do have a good selection. This will be all right, won't it?
I think
We don't
so.
need a big piece. I mean a big knife.
Well, if you want to only give me a sliver.
No, I'm not giving
and
you
you
a
want to take the rest
No,
home.
I'm leaving it. This is for you. That would be very rude. You are such a kidder today. I don't know what's in with. Something got into you.
Oh, over the
I tell you.
Poor me, that
I can't
means.
believe the dog hasn't come out to visit.
She doesn't come out at all.
She's very anti.
She's getting old like her mistress.
I can't believe it. This is so delicious.
I have blue dishes today. Blue dishes.
Very nice blue dishes. They're beautiful.
There.
Is that too small a piece?
No, that's plenty, thank you.
Very delicious. You'll
Oh,
like it.
God help us. Don't laugh now, we can't laugh when
That's
we're 6
right.
feet under,
Exactly.
regardless if it's stupid and everything else.
It happens. You have to laugh. There we go. We'll keep it fresh for later, and then Dolores can have a piece later, and everything
That's right,
else.
thank you.
I send these off to my family.
Oh, did
They
you?
go crazy for them.
Really?
Yeah, you think they never had a coffee cake before, but this place is famous.
Well, that's it.
Yep. Good. Now we're
So
cooking.
what?
Now we're cooking.
Nothing much.
That's great.
Push this back if you want to. Good. Fatty food.
We like it. Isn't it tasty?
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, good coffee. Very good coffee, Flora. You know, these old coffee pots, they are the best.
believe
My
me.
mother's got one just like it.
Then I got a bigger one. The same.
They're
The
the-
same thing.
They're the best.
This is the little one we use when just Dolores and I are alone.
Uh-huh.
Cake is delicious.
Isn't it good? Mm. Yep.
I'm sorry I get old, can't do the things I used to do. I can't begin to tell you how many bedspreads I crocheted. Used to be up until 2 o'clock. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Wow.
And now to think that I can't almost take care of myself drives me crazy.
That's got to be a true. That's like a real.
Something
Because
that
the inside of you is very young. You know
I
what I'm
know,
saying?
but
You
there's so-
think your mind is as quick as a whip. You have great memory, and
I
then
know.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
when I can't do what I want to do, that
It's
kills
frustrating.
Me. It kills me.
I know. I know.
And Dolores will say, "You have me." I say, "That's beside the point."
Mm-hmm. I know. Oh, there's a note for me here.
I don't know what that.
That was a manatee.
What?
That seal was a manatee
Oh, was it?
being released and fluff stuff. Check refridge for seafood salad and or Greek pizza or Italian cookies are in red tin at the toaster. No, I brought my own coffee cake. Thank you. Mm-mm.
This is very good. I get angry with myself that I can't do the things I used to do, that I'm slow in thinking. It drives me crazy. But that's life.
I know that, and there's not a single person, if they're lucky enough to live as long as you have, we're all going there. We're all going there. We're all going to be in that position, and hearing it from you doesn't make me want to get there. But you have good spirit.
But I was so on my husband used to say, he had a saying that you're a devil. He used to say I was a devil. Then he had a saying, was always 2 steps ahead of me. He says, I can never catch up with you. And now I see myself that I can't do the things I want to do, that my mind is slow in getting there, and it drives me crazy.
I understand. I know.
God, I think I was one of the very first women on the roads.
Wow.
Well, my father bought the car. I was already married, and he said, if I get a car, Flora's got it. He said, we can't wait for your husband. He told my husband, he says, Tony, we can't wait. I'm willing to buy a car, but we can't wait just for the weekend, Saturday or Sunday to go out. So I went to school. God, I used to get more insults on the road. Get the hell off of the road. Who in the hell you think you are?
Honest to God,
There
wow.
was no women driving.
Oh my God.
And my first drive, Park Square,
Yeah.
I drove from there to Bedford with my mother and my cousin.
Wow. That's a
My
lot.
husband almost killed me.
That's a long drive.
For a drive.
Wow.
We had cousins up there that had a big farm. So my mother says, well, let's go up there.
How did you know where you were going?
Well, we used to go up with the bus. I knew the road.
Oh, so you remembered. Boy,
Oh,
that-
sure.
Oh, wow.
And my husband would say, you damn Sicilian. He came from the middle of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Around, around Rome. We came from Sicily. I always told me I was smarter than him. The hell with the Roman people. We went to school.
It is kind of a miracle that you ever met each other, that you were so far away from each other. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know it.
Isn't that kind of a strange thing?
Yes, I
Because
think,
you would meet men in your own neighborhood, and so would he.
yeah, but I got introduced to him by the dentist. I used to go to
Really?
the dentist.
Why did he introduce you? Just because you were
Because
you were in the waiting room or something?
He thought he had a man that had come from Italy, who was very lonely because he only had a brother here, and did I want to meet him? So he introduced us.
Isn't that interesting?
You know,
Did you like him right away?
well, he was a great guy.
Right from the beginning.
Always a great guy.
Wow.
Anything I wanted, I
Boy, that is such a blessing.
And I always say, I think my father
That is a
thought of me.
blessing.
I don't remember my father. He died, and I was a small too while you heard that.
Wow.
And I always feel that my father watched out for me.
Oh, I think your father brought him to you. I completely. How else would it have happened? That's like an amazing story. Who ever heard of such a thing?
You know?
And to think how wonderful from the very beginning, no abuse, no, and all these other people that were going through miserable relationships, and you.
And to think that after I got married, 6 months I was driving a car. People couldn't believe it. I used to get the insults on the road.
Really?
Oh, get off the road. Who in the hell do you think?
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing.
Today, you could never get away with that kind of talk on the
No.
road. But I mean, isn't that amazing that you were one of the first women on that road?
They're a hell of a long time.
And what a distance to drive, boy.
I
And you
think-
didn't get lost.
Well, we used to go up with the bus.
I know,
all
but
that.
still, that's a long ways.
I think
That's
that if I look in the desk, I'll find my first license.
really, really. Did you have to take a driving test? Do you remember?
Yeah.
You did.
You know where they took me? Down in South Boston, where the pier
Oh, really?
on the hill.
Oh, yeah. Just to
Right
show.
there, it's almost to the top of the hill. Then you enter the what do you want to call it? To go out to the airplanes.
Oh, to South Boston or East Boston?
South Boston.
South Boston. Huh.
And on the hill, he told me to stop.
Wow. And that was it?
Then I got my license.
Wow.
My husband was wild.
Where's the wastebasket?
There's one under there,
Okay, that's fine.
one side on the other. Never know.
On this side. Oh, where? No, not here.
There's something in there. Open that door. What the hell is that?
Oh, that little garbage thing. All right. I was looking for a real big wastebasket, for heaven's sakes. I'm going to have more coffee. Is
Go
that all
ahead.
right?
Well, I'll charge you 10 cents more.
10 cents for refills.
Yeah,
How about you? You want a little bit more?
I don't think so, thank
No?
you.
It's very good coffee. I think it's got to do with the pot.
Probably.
I really do. I don't know. Maybe it's in my mind.
Oh,
Well, I'm
God.
glad I came over, Flora. I'm sorry I was so late.
Well,
But I was grateful that you were still seeing that you still had room for me to come over, because I know you always have visitors. You have gentlemen callers coming over. You're always so busy. Oh my. I enjoy
well,
it.
I think I had a wonderful life.
You really did, and you're still
And
having
I had a
it.
wonderful man.
Boy,
Had
that's a
good family.
fantastic
The
thing.
boys were wonderful, the twins.
Mm.
So.
Wow.
And then to pop up with twins.
Wow. That's amazing.
But
Are there twins in your family?
not that we knew of.
Wow. Huh. Because usually it runs in the family.
But that's what they.
Did it run in his family?
No.
Huh.
No, we looked into that afterwards.
Yeah. Huh.
And he even asked his mother, he wrote to her, if she remembered having, twins in her family. They said, everybody said no.
Huh. Interesting.
Yep.
Well, that's great.
Well, as long as you've had a happy life, you have everything.
It's true.
So,
It's true. Wow.
and I was so happy that I was not a child. I was 17 when I celebrated, in fact, my 17th birthday there. My grandfather was thrilled. That everybody told me how wonderful my father was. That's the only thing that I thought was wonderful. So that's it. And he was a contractor. So people say, see that house your father built that. See that
Really?
house your father built that. See that house your father built that. it made me feel good. At
Yeah.
17, you're not very smart
I
like they
know.
are today,
Right.
but it made me feel very good.
Yeah, because it was your only connection to this man.
Yeah. And my grandfather was crazy about him.
Wow.
But it was to be.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's the way life is.
I know.
Whatever comes along, you gotta take it and make the best of
I
it.
know, it's true.
So
It's true. It's so true.
then my mother got married, and I have a sister.
Hmm.
And everybody says, gee, 'cause Flora, she's not like you. Well, what can I tell you? She's a nice kid. She's
Well,
very
she's
nice.
a kid to you.
We get along wonderful.
That's good.
You know,
Yeah,
she's got a son and a daughter, and I love them, and they love me.
that's great.
So that life is very, very good. But she's not a bit like me.
Wow.
I was a devil. Grace is very quiet,
Wow.
like her father. Her father was quiet. Stepfather.
Wow. Hmm.
And people would ask me, she's so different than you. I used to hate to say, you know, from another family.
I know, yeah. That's funny.
So one day you come over and I'll tell you all the story.
I want to hear
And
that.
then you make yourself some money.
I want to make a video of you talking. I want to videotape you talking, and then I can put pictures in there while you're talking. I do. I want to do those. I want to do photographs of your photo albums.
Ah,
I'm serious. I think it's a wonderful thing. I love hearing these
what's
stories.
wonderful about
Didn't
it?
you like to talk to older people when you were younger? To get information and just sort of learn
Yeah.
about yourself?
Yeah, when I was 17, when I went to Italy, I did.
Didn't you enjoy
Yeah.
that? Well, I enjoyed this the same way.
My father's sister was living, his brother was living. I got a lot of cousins on my father's side, you know. And it was wonderful to find out so many. And everybody said your father was a great man.
Well, that's so good to hear.
He
So
was a
good to hear.
contractor. So they say, oh, he built that house, he built that house,
Wow.
he built that house. And it made, my grandfather was crazy about him.
Jeez.
That was well, you see, we came from Sicily. That's a little island.
Right.
My husband came from Italy near Rome. So their ideas were different
Yeah.
than this here.
Yeah.
His mother, I guess she must have wrote a letter that he never forgot. Because when I went back to Italy, she said, I never thought I'd have such a nice daughter-in-law. And Tony, my husband, used to say, yeah, now she believes me.
Why? Because of where you're from?
And in those days, even though it isn't hundreds of years ago,
Right.
they expected you to marry somebody out of your own town.
Well, yeah, because how else are you ever going to meet people out of your own town? People stayed in their own towns. So they knew that you would they would know who you'd be dating because it's like one big family, you know? Everybody knows everybody.
Well, that's it.
Well, that's why you surprised them when you...
Well, that's it. So I used to go to the dentist, and he says, I got a nice guy for you. Come up, I don't know.
You
what
must have
day.
thought he was
And I went
crazy.
up there, and I said, oh, God. And that was seriously from where he comes. I thought, oh,
Wow.
my God.
That's funny. But immediately you liked him right away, huh?
Well, I think he liked me better than I did.
Really? Well, that's exciting, Flora. That's
no,
so
he was
exciting.
wonderful. He was soft. Oh, if you go to the Copley Plaza, people that know him, there's a couple of people that I still occasionally they call me.
That's
We
sweet.
can't forget Tony as well.
Jeez.
You?
That's
can't.
so wonderful.
It is.
You know, honestly, when we can touch other people in the heart like your husband did, they don't owe you anything. They don't need to sweet talk you. They don't want anything from you. It's just the way, the impression he left with him. They have to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They just have to tell you. They have to share it with you.
Oh,
And it's a
yeah.
wonderful thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because, you know,
It
that's
is.
the way he was. And
Oh,
you
he
knew
was.
that because you had the same feelings, you know,
He
where he
was-
loved people. But
He
it's
was
nice
just-
that other...
He was very good. And if anybody stopped him in the street, which in those days they did, He never gave him a quarter, he'd give him $1.
Is that right? Wow. Sweet man.
So as long as you have happy memories,
Absolutely.
that means a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Because I had friends with their own father and mother, they had a lot of problems. But
Yeah,
I realized how lucky I was.
Yes, really. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful.
So what are you going to do?
Because you really have those. It's amazing how clear those memories are.
They are.
I mean, it's almost more, you have a clearer memory about the days way before than you have yesterday,
That's
right?
true.
That's what they say that happens as
Yeah,
you get older.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. So that's the story.
Wow.
And it's wonderful when you heard so many nice things about your husband. It makes you feel wonderful.
It's great.
It's too bad that God was a little cruel to die from cancer.
I know.
He took it so wonderful.
Mm.
Because in those days, cancer, everybody used to die just from the word.
I know.
Know what I mean?
Oh, it was a death sentence.
It was.
Total death
Still
sentence.
is.
I know.
But now
But
you
at
have
least
a
now
chance.
there's some hope.
Yeah,
People are
there's little
still
hope
dying
now.
of it. I know. I mean, there's like young women that are dying of breast cancer. I mean, Paul McCartney's wife at 50 years old died. I mean,
Right.
no matter how much money, this is a man that's got millions and millions.
Well, you saw the
And I saw the picture of your uncle.
his wife died from breast cancer.
It doesn't,
He said, she'll never die. He says, I have the money.
See, but you can't. What a foolish thing to say.
Well,
I'd
he
never.
thought, he really thought that
Yeah.
she was going to be.
Well, everybody hopes they'll have some kind of influence, but money doesn't buy that. That's just something that happens.
She died so young. She had day nurses, night nurses, people coming in to clean the house. Because
What kind of cancer did she die from?
breast cancer.
And what kind of cancer did your husband die of? Was it cancer that he died
Yeah,
of?
of course.
Yeah.
What? God, I can't even. He had. He was operated.
Oh, okay, so it's
So it must have been his stomach.
right.
I can't think just.
No, I
now.
understand. I'm just curious because, I don't know.
But
It's
my
so
aunt
sad.
had breast cancer. And of course, in those days, I guess today, you have more chance with breast cancer than you did 50 years ago.
That's true.
So that's it.
That's
And
true.
she was at the Phillips house. The Phillips house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who in the hell went into the Phillips house? The place was half empty, but that's where she was all the time that she had to be in the hospital. That's where she was because he had the money. So then he went to Italy and married her younger sister.
Boy, it's like a soap opera. When you watch the movies, you think they must make the stuff up, but when you tell me the story, they're just like a movie. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then one of his daughters died from cancer too.
Really?
But one of my cousins, yeah. We had 2 girls and a boy.
Oh, I pray to God that hopefully in the next couple of years they're going to find a cure somewhere.
I hardly think so.
You really don't? They're getting close. They say they
think
get
so.
close. I don't know.
I think they say it so that they can get the money.
Yeah, that could be. You're probably right. You've been around enough to hear this. Probably
Oh,
you've
yeah,
heard this so
heard-
many years, right?
heard that so
Every
long.
year they keep saying they got
But
some.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
close to it. They're close to it.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, it devastated my uncle. Oh, that the money couldn't save her.
Oh my God, that's so awful,
Devastated
though.
him.
Just awful.
Left 3 children,
Oh,
2 girls
God in heaven.
and a boy.
Oh.
But
I know, and all that money doesn't mean anything.
Isn't
to
that
Isn't it the
awful?
sad? He would have given everything up to keep her alive.
Of course.
He would have given it all up.
Everything,
Everything.
everything.
And that didn't matter. Yes, it's great to have. But when you think about the most important thing, if you asked him at that moment, he would have said, being involved with his wife, everything else take it. I want my wife. And it's...
he would have given it.
Absolutely.
She was a wonderful person. Very gentle, very kind.
Wow.
So good.
God.
What are you going to do?
Well, I don't understand. I always think that mean people will die young, but we're still here.
Well, my father died. I don't remember my father.
Wow.
So, I mean, I was a baby. We were still in Italy at the time. Then my mother had 9 brothers. So 4 of them, I think, were in America at the time. They got enough money and got her over here, and me. She had to leave my sister there with my grandfather.
Wow.
Well, by the time we went back, she got married, and we went back, my sister had died, so I never knew her. And I had a stepsister from the second marriage. And who was it? Always said to me, I gotta write your story. I said, yeah, you wanna make money on my story? I'm not gonna tell you a damn thing. My story.
It is an interesting story. But was it a big deal to come to this country back then? I mean, everybody left Italy in order to...
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was coming here.
I was a baby.
But I mean, it's like, it seemed like everybody had that in their mind to save money, right?
Yeah.
To come to the new country, I guess, the new world.
Well, my mother had
I mean, my grandparents did that.
my mother had 9 brothers. By the time she came to America, there was 4 here already. They said, don't be, because my father had died. She had 2 children. So we left one, she left my sister with my grandfather and grandmother. She came and took me. And her brothers, I mean, my mother's brothers, 4 of them were in the ice cream cones. One of them started first, and he was so successful that each one had at their own place.
Unbelievable.
But the only one that was successful was my Uncle Jim, the one I showed you there. The others, my Uncle Frank was half successful. The other 2 didn't.
Really?
So, I mean, it just was to be, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So that's it. But I think it's really wonderful the way Uncle Jim had all those employees, you know? But then somebody spoke up for my mother, I don't know, somebody they knew, and she remarried. So...
Boy, it's interesting. 100 employees back then. That's big.
Well, but if I told somebody,
That was
they
a
wouldn't
big
believe
company.
me. What?
That's a big company back then.
I know,
That was like that's like General Motors.
I know, but if I told you, you probably'd say, oh.
I know. Well, everybody brags. So when you're telling the story, it sounds like you're bragging like everybody else does.
So I take the picture of it. My stepfather's in there, my cousin is there, my cousin Sarah is there, my Uncle Jim is there. They're all there. I'm not lying.
I hear you.
It's true. Nobody believes it. They look at
It is pretty you have to admit, it's a pretty interesting story.
It
And it
is.
does sound unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with people, these people, your uncle didn't have money to start with. He wasn't from a rich family.
I know, and that is 50-odd years ago.
And that's why it's so...
Who in the hell would believe you?
That's why it's so unusual.
That's it.
If it were wealthy people
Be
that
different.
ran the railroads or the oil, then you'd say, oh yeah, well, big deal. But this is a person who struggled.
He did struggle.
He started with a little, probably corner store somewhere and made cones, and then all of a sudden, the demand was big for him and his cones.
Of course.
But I know I'm going to go buy that place that I told you about.
Yeah.
It's the same company. It's a brand new building
Where?
on East Cambridge with the name of the cone company.
But I don't think that...
Automatic Cone Company.
I know, but I don't think that the son would have opened another place at his age. He must be 60.
Maybe it's his grandchildren.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a brand new building. I mean, it's all brick. It looks like an old building, but it's new. And they've got inside right on the, made in cement, it says the signs, Automatic Cone Company.
Really?
I swear to you. And I said
Where
to
is it?
in East Cambridge,
East Cambridge.
in Inman Square, where I bought the cake.
Oh, for heaven's
Yep. I'm telling you the truth. And I said, this was built about 5 years ago. And I said, what is Automatic Cone Company? I didn't know. I thought it was cones you put on the street.
Oh.
You know, cones like that. I didn't know. I couldn't think of that.
No, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm going to make a video and I'll show it to you in the video.
Yeah, do that.
Because it's got to be the same. I mean, you can't use that name.
No.
You have to register. The name has to be only.
Registered,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
owned by your.
I'm going to ask my cousin Sarah.
Ask them about East
I'm
Cambridge.
going to ask my cousin Sarah. She was the one that was the closest to my uncle, because then his wife had breast cancer, and Sarah, he told Sarah not to work in the factory, but to stay home with his wife and the 3 children. So I'm going to ask.
Then she will know.
She'll
know. Yeah,
Yeah,
because she was
no.
closest with them.
No. And Sarah came from a family of 9 kids. She was the oldest. My Uncle Joe had 9 kids. They're all scattered around. Isn't it too bad that we lose
I know.
the touch that was there once upon a time? I'm still very close to Sarah. She lives in Concord.
Mm.
And her son, one son and one daughter live out there. Was not with her. She's got her own little apartment.
Wow.
Oh well, and who is it? Always telling me, Flora, I'm going to write your life. Bullshit.
Well, Dolores made that little book about you. You know, the little it was like a little folder book.
Yeah.
For one of your birthdays. I think it was your 80th birthday
Yeah,
or something like that. And it was wonderful. I have a copy at home. It's very nice. But I want to come by.
You know, if I talk to strangers, they think she's crazy.
Well, because the story is so wonderful, it doesn't seem real.
Not 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
If today, it's different. But say, she's crazy. Oh,
Of
she's
course.
exaggerating. And then I take the pictures and I say, say that! I get so mad.
Well, I know, but...
How can you make a story like
I know.
that?
People do. When they're bored, when they don't have great stories, they have to make it up. But I mean, you don't have to make up any stories.
And then I married a guy. Here we are in a little island of Sicily, and I married somebody from Rome. They thought I was crazy. And I would say, is that who you're going to marry? Oh my God, you'll go hungry. Well, in those days, they believed you should marry somebody from your little hometown.
But why would they think that you're going to go hungry from somebody from Rome?
Because from his region, the people there were almost always hungry and poor.
It's a city.
It's
in the city.
It's a little town.
Okay,
way
it's a town.
out in the woods.
All right.
He was an Abruzzese. He came from Abruzzo. And people believe that those people shouldn't exist. Isn't that stupid?
Isn't it sad? It's ignorance and fear. You know, what you don't know, you are afraid of, which is funny, you know, instead of learning about each other.
Oh, Abruzzese, you crazy. Make sure now.
Oh, my Lord.
Lord.
Isn't that funny? Wow.
Oh, he was wonderful.
Wow.
If he saw a dog on the street, he would take him home for fear that the poor dog didn't have a home. God, we'd walk on Boylston Street and we saw more damn drunkards. And everybody knew Tony because he worked in the bar at the Sheraton Plaza.
Right.
And the bar was, you could go in from the outside.
Right.
You
Directly
didn't have
in.
to go
That's
in.
right. That's where I worked,
And
yeah.
people would open the, hi, Tony, got anything for me? God, Tony, why do you give them money? They won't get rid of them. We'd walk on Boylston Street, hi, Tony, hi, Tony.
Yeah, but it's sweet. Well, he was a saint, and that God wanted him up in heaven. I guess because it doesn't...
Should have left him here because I needed him. I lost my father. I needed him.
I understand.
So, what can you do?
I know.
Well, I have a good family. I have
it's true.
my Joe broke my heart when he died. What can you do?
Yeah, it's unfair. It's the worst thing, I think, to have a child of yours go. That's got to be they say that is the worst feeling of pain.
And then he died from cancer.
Oh, please. I know.
And he said to John, go downstairs, get my revolver. Don't tell anybody and bring it up to me wanting to kill himself.
Oh, boy. I tell you, life is a strange thing. It is so weird.
He was so strange. Joe was so good. So damn good. Oh,
I tell you, with all these good people dying,
it's
sometimes I want to be even mean as hell, so I can stay around for a lot longer.
I always say that.
I think so.
I say that all the time.
Oh Lord.
God, listen to us.
You bet.
Then I did a lot of sewing at home. And I was making aprons and I was selling them.
You were selling them? Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
No, yeah. So I always wanted to be busy. I couldn't just do a housework and take care of the twins.
I know.
That wasn't enough.
I hear you.
And and my husband would be working nights, until 2:00. He would get home until 2:30, 3:00, and did a lot of sewing. So when the boys were about 13, 14, I packed a little suitcase and sent them out to sell my aprons.
Is that right? That's interesting.
Yeah, $1.25 each.
That's great.
Material was only 29 cents a yard.
I bet you sold them, didn't you?
Oh,
They sold.
oh yes, yeah.
That's I never heard that story.
Not that I
wonderful.
needed the money.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I have an
You don't need to need it.
I bought an electric sewing machine probably 60 years ago for $60.
Wow.
It's $59.95. I
Wow.
still have it. It still works. Oh, it's in there. And it's a cabinet.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
So go in and look at it. It's up against this wall on this side. See it right there?
Oh, yeah. Huh.
That one there, yeah.
This thing
doesn't
even look like a sewing machine.
No,
It looks like a cabinet with the
that's it, yeah.
That's pretty good money.
Yeah,
Something like that these days.
That was a lot of money, $60.
that is.
Wow.
Yeah, but look.
$59.95.
That was equivalent to about $500, wasn't it?
You think so?
Well, sure. $600 for a sewing machine back. Today's money.
It still goes. I oil it. I use it when I have to.
But you made money off of it too.
I made money.
Hey, I paid for itself, right?
Yeah, oh yes, it did.
Yeah, so in
and
that
I packed the boys with a box, and they went around selling them.
Isn't that
in
fun?
their things.
And you made clothes for the kids or no?
Occasionally, I didn't want to have anything that was too complicated.
Yeah.
I wanted easy stuff.
Hey, listen, why not?
No.
Boy, it's interesting.
Now, you know what? You come over with the book and I'll tell you my story. You sell it, you'll make
All right,
money on it.
and we'll both make money. I'll sell it for you. You
I'll
and I
be
will go in
dead by
together.
then.
No, you won't. I told you the good die young. You've got another 20 years to go, girl.
God, I'm 80 already.
Well, you never know. You could be. You never know. I'm not sure I'd want to live that long, but.
80, I'm more than 80.
No, you're 80. What are you, 80?
10. No, I was born in 10.
Oh, in 10. Okay, so you're 88.
I told you, I'm near 90.
God love you. But I'll tell you.
I keep busy.
Your mind is always going. That keeps you young because
I keep busy.
I've seen people
I hear my friend, I didn't feel like doing anything, so I think I'll wash my floor tomorrow. Not Flora. Flora's dying. She's got to, if it's Wednesday and the floor's got to be washed, it's going to be washed. Oh, my husband would get so mad. Why did you do it? Well, Tony, it was Wednesday or it was Thursday. Oh, he gets so mad. I'll do it. He'd come home at 2 o'clock in the morning, and if he saw that the floor, because you have 2 kids running around, the twin, he would wash the floor. Because he knew I'd be stubborn and I would wash.
So he did it ahead of you.
He would do it ahead of me. He was one God.
So during the day, he would be here with you.
Sewing. I'd be sewing.
And he'd
I'd
be here during the
taking care
day,
of the
right?
kids.
And he'd be sleeping until maybe.
3. No, we'd wake up about 1:30. He'd have to be at work at 3.
Okay.
And he'd have to go transportation. No car to take in town.
Right.
We had a car, but he never took. By the time you park it,
Forget
wouldn't
it.
be worth it.
Oh, I know.
So that's it. Oh God! So you write the story, but when you get any money, I want some.
Of course.
If I'm not around, give it to Dolores. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell. You're gonna sneak behind her back.
Oh yeah, like I'll be able to get away with that.
Oh God!
I'll write the story.
Well,
I love it.
I think I have, in one way, been very fortunate.
You have been.
The thing that I hated the most was for my father to die when I was small, and I don't know him. That bothers me a lot.
Sure.
But
well, you've lost a father, you lost a husband, you lost a son. 3 very important
people.
men in your life. That's not a small thing. That's a very important thing.
And
any one of those things alone would have been important and very mind altering in life altering.
I know.
But you will eventually, you'll see your dad again.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All of them. They're all
That
waiting.
I don't believe.
You don't? You really don't? I believe it more and more every year goes by.
You really do.
I swear to you, I just do. I really do. I don't know why.
Isn't
I just
that
do.
Wonderful?
I swear it really, just so strongly I feel it.
No, I feel you're dead. They
No,
put you in the ground and you disappear.
No.
You disintegrate.
God is good. No, that's not for me. God is an incredible, I mean, to have thought to have even created such things as life, sunshine,
Sun,
flowers,
moon,
animals, dogs, you know, to me, this is not God is not something that would just put us in the ground. God is too good to just do that. I think he would have a lot more things in store for us.
So I hope so.
I really believe it. And so many, all the years that have passed, thousands of years that have passed, and people have believed in heaven for a lot of years. There's a reason for that. You know?
I don't know.
Well, you will. You'll see. You'll be in a big surprise
Oh, yeah.
when you go and you say, oh my God.
Here's my father. Here's my husband.
They'll all be there waiting. Don't you hear stories of people
I'll
that...
see my son Joe.
People that have almost died in the hospital, they come back and say they've had visions of God bringing them to the other side with big shining light, and all their family that have died are waiting for them on the other side. And then they come back to life because...
I would wish that really was true.
I have no guarantees, but that's what I believe in.
Well, that's wonderful. I wish I could get to know something, to understand and feel that that's the way it'll be, but...
There's some wonderful books out there.
My grandfather studied to be a priest.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to Italy, I was 17, I wasn't 10 that didn't understand. Don't believe in anything, Flora.
Yeah, I know, because well, my father was studied to be a priest too, and I think that makes them worse. They instead of turning into, becoming more like God, they turn against God because they see how the underpinnings of this creation.
Flora, don't
believe.
believe anything. I'm telling you, I started to be a priest.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that, though. You're right. I mean, that's the brainwashing. They want you to believe certain things. But I believe in heaven not because of the Catholic Church or anything else. I just believe it in my heart.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because I can't believe what they want me to believe. No.
We're going to be buried and we're going to turn to dust, and that is it.
Oh,
That's the
you're in for
end.
a big,
Okay,
big
but if
surprise.
you and I are down there, you better talk to me.
Oh, I'll talk to you, but you'll be like, you won't be down there. You'll be up there.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
see. Oh, you will. Because I'll tell you right now, if heaven is only for really good people, then it's going to be an empty room.
God,
It's gonna be an
used to
empty
say I was a
room.
devil. You always have to be 2 feet before me. Before he would finish a sentence, I'd finish it for him.
Oh, really?
And he would get so mad. I mean, something about the newspaper, something that happened, not house things, and I would finish it. You always have to be 2 feet. You never let me finish it.
Well,
I used to think fast.
That's
Oh well, Dolores doesn't believe it.
well.
Oh, God help us. What's to be will be, and we have no...
No, we really don't know. There's no guarantee of anything.
Okay.
No matter how smart and how rich and whatever, we still don't know anything. We don't have any proof of anything. We still don't know what we're doing here on the planet.
No,
It's a big mystery.
That's true.
We don't know how it works.
No.
How come we don't fall off the earth? It's spinning. You know what I'm saying? It's all, no matter how smart we get, we still don't know.
I believe that. But these people that are so saints, they gotta go to heaven.
No. That I don't believe in. I don't believe in a heaven where you only go if you're good. I believe everybody goes, and even including Hitler. But I really believe that even the worst of people go there, but they create their own hell by remembering their miserable life. If they made a miserable life for other people, then they get to relive it. That's hell to me.
You think so?
I really believe that. But I think when you've had a wonderful life and you've been kind to other people, then you get to have a good life on the other side. Because your memories are good. Like your memories are wonderful memories.
Yeah.
You have great memories. And you get to take those to heaven with you.
Oh,
That's your ticket in.
I'm not going to heaven.
You'll see. You don't got a
if
choice.
you're up there, you better give me a hand because
I'll escort you to the elevator to go down.
You give me a hand. If you're up there, I'll hate you.
I'm telling you, no, you'll see. Oh, I can't wait to meet you on the other side. We're gonna have long chats about this, and you're gonna say, "I remember sitting at at that table when you had a coffee cake and we were chatting, and I did not believe that there was heaven." And boy, you were right. Look at us now. What a funny life we had back then. You'll see. But you know something? God didn't make us to have to think about heaven. He brought us here so we could think about now.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know about heaven because he didn't want us to know about it.
My mother was a hard person. I have horrible remembrances of her. She was a very, very hard person.
Really?
Oh. That's why everybody used to say, God, you're just like your father. God, you were just like your father.
And you never even knew
My
him.
mother was very, very hard. Maybe she had a hard life because her mother died and she was a baby. Maybe because she worked all her life in a candy factory.
Well, she also had her husband die. Your father
My
died.
father died, and she remarried.
You know, that's got to be tough.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of things, but my mother was a very hard person. Very, very hard. Never to put her arms around me and my sister,
Really?
never.
That's unusual for Italian.
Yeah.
You know? Because Italians are usually very...
Yeah.
Something happens.
I brought up my stepsister, and she's always tells me how much she loves me and all that. Because my mother turned around and said, well, I had to work. That's not true. Because my stepfather was working with my Uncle Jim in that picture.
Right.
And he was, you know, it wasn't that he was out of work. He had a steady job and everything. And my mother always used to say, I had to work, I had to bring you up. And oh, that used to drive me crazy. Drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Some memories are terrible.
Yeah, but they're also real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you didn't make this up. This is also some of the crap that
That's
happened.
what I mean, and they're so bad.
I know, but
because they stay with you.
I know they do. I know, but you have more wonderful memories than you have bad ones. And I believe that even as bad as people can be, somewhere along the line, something happened to them that made them that way. Because nobody's born mean. Something must have happened to your mother to make her that way. Something really traumatic, really bad.
When my father died,
that had to have made her feel, her whole world crashed down on her. Like yours felt like it did when you lost your husband. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she must have really loved your father.
Oh, definitely.
And when he was gone, what can you do? There's nothing you can do to bring him back. So she was thinking there's no reason to go on.
Yeah.
And she just turned bitter.
Oh, very bitter.
It turned inside of her like.
She was very, very bitter. But she had 2 daughters.
I know that. Listen.
Little kind.
I know that. It's sad that she would waste a good life on being bitter all the time. My father was like that. My father was always bitter. He was bitter to the end. And even his own brother said, you know, when you told me he died, I can't even shed a tear. Your father was a bastard. And I said, he's the only person in my whole family that told me the truth. I knew he was a bastard. All my family says, oh, your father was so wonderful. Not to me, he wasn't. So when you say your mother was mean, you're telling the truth. You can't sugarcoat the way she was. She was a hard woman. You said it.
She was very hard.
You wish she weren't, but that's the facts. That's the way it is.
So,
Wow. Well, thank you for the visit.
And just conversations are our own.
When you talk about this, I come into your life, and when you tell the story, it's like watching a movie. It's so colorful. Like, you're saying it, and inside my mind is a little movie screen. And I see it right here. That's why I like to come over here.
And don't repeat it.
Oh, no. This is between you and me.
That's it.
Who am I going to tell?
I don't know.
No, it's between you and
You
me.
can tell the dog.
Yeah, I know, but I like this because it's private, it's personal. No, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what you can confide in people that you know is just keep your secrets and respect. This is personal.
That's true.
Well, I'm going to go.
Well, I'm sorry you have to go. You could stay.
Well, I know, but I've got to get back, but I appreciate it. My doggy's all by herself.
Mine is.
I can't believe your dog is in there.
Go in the bedroom.
But she's going to bark at me.
No, and she's on my side,
Oh, all right.
the other side. Not this side, the other side. Go ahead. She won't say anything. Hi, Tooth.
under the bed.
Half under
She's
the bed.
half under the bed, and she looked at me a little, didn't bark, didn't do anything, but she's sleeping like a lamb.
Yeah. I put a towel.
And she
in.
likes to sleep right there next to you.
Yep, but at nighttime she goes upstairs and sleeps on Dolores' sofa.
Isn't that funny?
Gee, we had a wonderful day.
This was great. I'm sorry I was
really
late, but now
enjoyed-
I'm glad because
I
we had a
really
really.
enjoyed talking
I
to you.
enjoy listening to you. It's
and
a
thank
pleasure.
you very much.
Are you kidding?
And just don't think I'm crazy.
I
or
don't think you're
anything
crazy.
Like
I
that.
never did. Why would I keep coming over here if I thought you were crazy?
Oh, you might. You might
No.
think it.
Well, I don't think that way. Sorry. Unless you want me to.
Oh, God.